This is Walt Disney World Today. Give us 5 minutes and we'll give you the world.
It's Friday, March 7th, 2008, and this is episode 380 of Walt Disney World Today. I'm Matt Hodgberg from StudioCentral.com. On the show today, we have Mike Newell of Mouse World Radio. Hi, Mike.
You still love me, right?
Of course I do, Ben. Just none of it right now. Also here is Len Testa, co-author of the unofficial guide to Walt Disney World. Hi, Len.
Matt, my dialogue coach for tonight will be Mr. Jim Beam.
Very nice. I see, Mr. Daniels was good to you over the years, but it's good that you're moving on.
He's taking me as far as he could.
Also joining us is Mike Scopa of All Ears Net. Welcome, Mike.
And the dust of 3,000 years lies undisturbed in this ancient burial chamber and on the chest of the great stone god, a priceless jewel.
Great movie, right?
Very good.
Nice.
And also here we have Annette Owens of MEI and Mouse Fan Travel. Hi, Annette.
Hi, everyone.
And also on today's show, we have a WDW Today listener, Brett Hancock of Indiana. Welcome, Brett.
Hey, thanks, everybody.
So on today's show, this is the first of hopefully many, unless Brett stinks, and then we're not doing the show again. No pressure on you, Brett. But you may recall a couple weeks ago, Len brought up the idea of doing a show where we kind of plan one of our listeners' trips. Someone who kind of has a trip, they want to go to Walt Disney World, but haven't quite figured everything out yet, and they want us to plan it. So, kind of like that show, like Pimp My Ride. Well, this is Plan My Trip.
Pimp My Trip?
Pimp My Trip, that's right.
Here's your gold teeth, Brett.
Wait, this in the contest where you're giving away the free trip?
Yes, later. Hold on, wait.
Right. So, Brett, why don't you start off by telling our listeners, first of all, a little bit about yourself, what size group you're going from. Obviously, you're from Indiana, the little basics.
So, my wife and I, we have 4 children, all girls. So we went to Disney World for the first time as a family 2 years ago in October. I had been as a kid, and I went when I was in college a couple of times when I was going to school in Florida. My wife has been as a kid, but this was the first time that we'd actually been as a family, and had a great time. And funny thing is, on the way down, we were talking about these friends of ours that go every year. They must be crazy. Who goes to Disney World that often? And on the way back, on the trip back, we are totally going back as often as we can. So, so this will be our first chance to go back, and we're looking at probably going in October. That's our first date. Our second choice may be February, but we're going to try to swing it for October.
And before we get really into the trip details, you said you had 4 daughters. How old are they, Brett?
They are, as of right now, 14, 11, 10, and 7.
Okay.
Or Brett.
And,
I speak.
Completely surrounded by,
So,
drama.
any 3 of them will be in college at any one time, right?
Exactly. Thank you for pointing that out to me.
Yes.
Totally different show there, Len. So
now, Brett, you said October. Do you have a particular week you're looking at?
If we go in October, it will be the week of, I believe it's October 5th or October 6th.
Okay. Len, why don't we start with the crowd calendar? What can Brett expect that week?
Well, thank you for asking, Matt. And since Brett is on the show with us today, he will get a number of lovely prizes. Hold on one second.
We would actually arrive on Sunday, October 5th.
Okay, and you'd say for 1 week?
Stay for 1 week, right? And what we did last year that worked out, it was just, we didn't really plan it this way, but we arrived, we checked in at the hotel, got into the Magic Kingdom, grabbed a snack, and just as we were getting in and had our snack, the fireworks go off, we got to watch the wishes, so that was kind of our welcome to Disney World presentation. So then we stayed for the extra magic hours and had a great time. So
nice.
Actually, the week is looking to be fairly average. It's the week before Columbus Day, so you got 5s, 6s, couple 7s in there, nothing bad. So
Excellent.
It's average, maybe a little bit less for the theme parks. Shouldn't be bad at all.
All right, Brett, where do you want to start? Tickets, resorts, adult entertainment? What's your fancy?
I guess the first question I have is would be around ticket options. Because there's so many of us and because we're staying for a week, and we'll probably have to get either a large room or 2 rooms. Mm-hmm. Last time we just went with the Magic Your Way package. We got the dining plan. We did the Hopper Pass. But I'm wondering if there's a better option. Is there a different combination that would be save us a little
That's
bit of money there.
A very good question. So it really comes down to whether you want to park hop and how many times you're going to visit a water park.
I think we will definitely park hop. I don't think we'll use the dining plan this time because the ages of the kids and compared to how much they eat, I don't think we'll do any kind of dining plan this time. But we won't do any water parks, but we will be hopping back and forth between the parks.
Oh, okay.
And are you planning on going to the parks every day that you're there?
Oh yeah, we'll go every day. We'll
So,
get up in the
6
morning.
days?
We'll get there in the morning and we'll leave in the evening.
Yeah, so Annette, I think, what, a 6-day pass?
Are you staying 5 nights, 6 nights? Some people, when they say a week, it can mean 7 nights. Sometimes it means.
We will be staying.
Feel free to use your hands.
I am.
Counting on the fingers.
We'll be staying 6 nights.
So 7-day pass? The
No, 'cause
incremental cost, but go ahead.
we will get up. We will get up and leave Saturday morning.
Okay, so you're going to leave. So
Oh,
6
okay.
days.
Right.
So and everyone's in a. Let's see. There's for the adults. So for you, your wife, your 14-year-old, your 11-year-old, and your 10-year-old, the least expensive ticket is from undercovertourist.com. It's $263.95. That's a savings of $15 per person. So $45 savings right there. Versus
He's got what, 3 that are going to be under the age of an adult in Disney? What's the age? 9?
He's only got one.
No.
9. So he's got
Yeah, I've
one.
only
So he's
got
got
one
actually.
that'll be-
Just 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he needs 5
He was
tickets. So
wishing
actually,
Matt was checking him out, didn't he?
really. Yeah, really. So Brett, you would actually save $75 by going with Undercover Tourist versus Disney
Okay.
for the tickets,
Okay.
and then for your 7-year-old, Undercover Tourist also has the least expensive ticket. It's a 6-day child with park hop option, $228.95 with tax and shipping, versus $237.95. So you'd save $84, $85 somewhere in there.
So would that be
using
buying? I'm sorry. So would that be buying the tickets separately instead of doing a package and doing a room package?
That's correct.
Okay.
All right, let me throw something out here. Brett, are you considering staying on property?
We will definitely stay on property. Right.
Ah, there you go.
Okay, now let me throw this out for the panel to talk about. One option that we may be looking at here is that perhaps Brett may want to consider buying an annual pass for himself. And I know that it bumps up his ticket price by about about $215, I think, to something like $470. But hear me out.
Yep.
Obviously, there was a way to offset that by using an annual pass discount and also using the Disney dining experience. When we're talking a family of 6, we could be looking at some significant savings. So perhaps looking at an annual pass may.
Brett, are you planning on going back to Walt Disney World at any point between October 2008 and October 2009?
Probably not.
Yeah,
If we go,
it does-
we'll probably only get to go once a year.
It doesn't really matter though, because so Brett, let me ask you this question: What kind of resort are you looking at? What kind of hotel?
Well, I'm waiting for you guys to tell me. Last time we stayed in the All-Star Music Family Suite, which was great because of the extra bathroom space. That's what's important to us, or number of
Yeah,
bathrooms.
4 girls,
When
5
you've
girls.
got that many
yeah.
girls, absolutely. So what we're looking at is, bathrooms as compared to floor space. So I'm thinking either, a double room or maybe another family suite somewhere. And I was wondering about even the Pop Century, getting 2 rooms in the Pop Century, and not worrying about the kitchenette.
Annette, what would I was just going to say to Annette, talking purely economics at this point. What's a room in October at the family suite's going to run versus 2 rooms at like Pop Century, for instance? How much of a difference are we looking at?
They're just
And well,
about
and
the
it fit-
same. Yeah.
So what was the question?
The price wise, the difference in price between 2 bedrooms at Pop Century versus a 1 family suite
at All Stars.
at All Star. Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
I can say when I was trying to pull up pricing,
Mhm.
the family suites were not coming up. And I called and checked. There wasn't a lot of availability on the suites. They're pretty popular, but typically the 2 rooms is a little cheaper. Not a lot. We're talking just a couple of dollars. But you don't have that guarantee of the connection.
Well, and I wondered about the bed size, because I know in the family suites, we were able to get by with fold-out couches a couple of years ago. That's probably not the case this time around.
They're fulls. Yes, that's what I was thinking. You'd have 4 beds.
Right.
So someone's doubling up besides you and your wife.
Which is no problem for them.
Yeah, that's fine. The other thing I was thinking of was the cabin.
See, I thought of that, but you know what my problem with that? I just came back, by the way, Brett, from Disney World with 4 girls, just right in the same age. I only have 2, by the way, but they took friends.
You picked up 2 along the way?
Just randomly grabbed children as we went.
Exactly.
But I did think about the cabin, and the cabin, the only downfall to the cabin is you have 1 bathroom.
Yep.
Yes. Good point. So cabin.
Although you get the kitchen, which can help with saving some money on breakfast and that kind of thing. But
our breakfast, honestly, our breakfast is usually Pop-Tarts or a cup of cereal. We're not big fancy breakfast eaters unless it's going to a buffet or something.
Unless somebody else is fixing it.
Exactly.
So here's the thing: if you're looking at 2 rooms, then the annual pass is a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm.
You would definitely save money doing that. In fact, you could save. It works out to be about $30 a day for every day. So you'd probably end up saving around 1, 9, 11, 12. You'd end up saving about $120 by buying the annual pass, which is counterintuitive.
I never would have thought of that.
Yeah, and that's not using it to get the dining experience card either.
That's right. That's not for the dining experience. That's not for the other dining discounts. That's just for the hotel room.
Wow, not bad. Now, Brett, when you're going to Walt Disney World, are you planning on eating at sit-down meals? Are you going to be eating a lot, a few?
Are you planning on eating when you go to Walt Disney World?
Are you planning on eating? Yeah.
We'll eat it. Yes, we plan to eat a little bit. To me, the restaurants is part of the experience. What we would like to do is we like to go to the restaurants where it's a lot of fun and a lot of the experience. So the requirements that we have to go back to Chef Mickey's. That's the kids have declared that, and we'd like to do at least one princess, one more princess meal. So last year we couldn't do the princess meal for Cinderella's Castle, so we did it in Epcot, and that was great. But we don't necessarily have to do that again. So if I can get a princess meal at the castle, great, and kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But having dined at the castle once, we don't have to do it again. We're fine.
Okay, so that's something that what you'll have to do is just get some ADRs there. I mean, that speaks for itself there. Are there any other sit-down meals you're looking to plan?
Well, we'd probably do maybe 1 per day. I'm thinking in Epcot, if we don't go to the castle princess dinner in Epcot, then maybe the restaurant that's got the aquarium. I knew that was coming. See, I listened to the show.
Hold on. I've heard it's getting better, and it's actually rated not bad in the unofficial Guide Reader survey. I don't think we need to. Ding! I had to get one of those in.
But see, and I'm looking at it not from the quality of the food. I'm looking at it from the experience for the family.
Yeah, exactly. I'm with you.
I understand that. We had to do sci-fi because the kids wanted to eat some sci-fi. See,
that's another one on my list. We didn't do that last time either.
Well, there's a reason for that, Brett.
They love it there.
It's some interesting options there. What do you guys? Well, have you eaten, Brett? Have you eaten at Coral Reef before?
I have not.
Okay. So I take it your kids are into seafood?
They don't love it, but they can eat it. They can do all right with it. And there's other options. I can be swayed if there's a better option. I can certainly be swayed.
Okay. Go ahead, Lon.
I've everything I've heard about Coral Reef over the last year is positive. People have written in saying that we're too harsh on it now because the food has improved so much. So I would say give it a shot. The one thing is it's kind of pricey. Actually, Newell, when we go down there in May, I'm buying you dinner there.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we'll definitely try it out for Brett, and we'll and Scopa, of course, if you can come along. Obviously.
My knee feels so much better now.
I didn't get an invite. Okay.
Are you going? Are you going on our trip in May?
I don't know. I might have to if you're buying dinner. I don't know.
Anyone who's there, I'll buy you dinner in May.
Sweet. I just heard a stampede.
In October.
That's looking for dessert too.
I'm only after dessert, so.
So we'll try that, Brett. We'll try that for you and let you know how it goes.
Okay.
What are some other restaurants we can recommend for Brett? I mean, in any of the parks, certainly, because he's planning on eating 1 a day. We've got 3 we've outlined, 2 or 3 that we've outlined. What are some other ones that Brett obviously mentioned that experience, atmosphere, those kinds of things are very important to him. So what are some restaurants that you guys think would be appropriate for Brett?
Well, let's ask first a couple questions. One, Brett, are you driving or flying down?
We're driving.
Driving.
Family of 6. Driving. Family of 6. We got a big, full-size, nice conversion van.
Nice.
Awesome.
Take off down the road.
All right, cool. And how many days are you going to spend in each theme park? You've got let's see. So you're going to get on the what is that, a Sunday? Is it a Sunday?
We'll get there on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, Sunday.
So if we do it like we did last year, what we'll probably do is one major theme park a day.
Yep.
And then maybe, depending on how the time is or what's going on or where dinner reservations are, we might do an extra hours evening, at another park.
Okay. Do you like Mike? I think Scopa has a good question here. Scopa, why don't you ask Brett?
Well, Brett, when we're talking about restaurants, there are sit downs, and within the sit down restaurant arena, there are also buffets, and I think one of the questions I was curious as to does your family like buffets in that there's a variety for everyone, and not everyone likes the same type of food. So in a buffet, you've got different things you can try. Does your family prefer that, or does it really matter?
They're fun. We don't want to do it every time, but yeah, a good buffet is always a good time.
What were you thinking for buffet?
Well, obviously, Trails End is a restaurant that we all look at as being one of the best deals on the property. That would be a good one to think about. I'm also thinking of the Beer Garden, because it's usually not crowded, and it's a good restaurant, especially when you've got a family of 6. You've got that table. You might have that whole table to yourself. So I'm thinking that just 2 off the bat.
Well, now Brett, we have a surprise for you, actually.
Okay.
Being the guinea pig, we thought we thought we would surprise you with something. Annette has a little get your vacation started gift, if you will. Annette.
Brett, I am here to offer to you that if you want to use MEI and Mouse Fan Travel, we will give you a $50 gift certificate to use towards your vacation. We can help you with all your ADRs. We can help you with the planning. And, your ADR time is coming right around the corner for you.
Oh, that'd be excellent. Thank you very much.
And we will watch for discounts for you as well. So after we get this booked, you get that AP in hand, then we can be watching for the AP code for you to have that applied to your reservation as well.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
There's no pressure. If you don't want to use it, it's fine. Newell will be more than happy to take it off your hands.
That's right. That's right.
The AP, we have to sort of nail down. We'd have to look at what the options are in terms of the suite versus 2 rooms. But I think even for either one, definitely for the 2 rooms, the 2 value resort rooms, it makes sense to do it. And I think for the moderate, it would. Yeah, it still makes sense. Even if you get the minimum discount, you would still save $30. And so the minimum discount that Disney posted for APs for that type of resort is $40. Is the least discount we've ever seen.
You're saying per night, Glenn, right?
Per night, yeah. So the average discount's $49.
So that would be $240 for the trip, which right then that makes the price of the AP that makes it a wash. And then if you add in the Disney dining experience, that's where Brett really can make out really well with the meals.
Even without the dining experience, for lunch and dinner during the week, he would get either 10 or 20% off at a lot of the Epcot or at a lot of restaurants.
You wouldn't
even lunch or dinner. Some of them are dinner too.
Really? Okay.
And some of it is counter service, so you're not, we used it a lot for counter service when we went with a family of 6.
See, the issue
after day 1, we had gotten our money back, so.
Yeah, the issue with the dining experience is you'd pay the additional charge, and you'd have to get 16. Yeah. You'd have to get and so you'd have to get the 20% off. It's still a better deal than getting 10% off the AP. Mm-hmm. Depending on where
just valet everywhere you go, Brett, and you'll make all the money real quick.
at the All-Star, he's going to valet. Yeah,
exactly. Excuse me. Garcon.
Towers,
How
yeah.
long he's going to be
Brett,
waiting?
just from experience here, Brett, let me just tell you, if there's a guy there waiting to take your car at the All-Star Resorts, don't give it to him.
It'll
We
be an
can-
expensive valet.
Well, Brett, we hope we've given you a good start over here. Certainly, I think there's a lot of good information that we've given you. We thank you for coming on and talking with us tonight.
Oh, thanks for the help. I appreciate it.
Great. And that's it for us today. If you want to find our older episodes, read our show notes, or send us your comments, visit the Walt Disney World Today website at wdwtoday.com. For Len Testa, Mike Scopa, Mike Newell, Annette Owens, and Brett Hancock, I'm Matt Hodgeberg. We'll see you on the next show.
This has been a production of Mouse World Radio.